All right, we get ready to start a new lesson on this evening. The title of this lesson will be Vengeance. Though I give the lesson that title, there's a few things that we will be talking about other than that. Without further ado, we're going to start this lesson off in Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the cruel said to be bountiful. Okay, the word liberal can be basically described as being enlightened. So when you say someone's liberal, you can say enlightened. The vile person shall be no more called enlightened. We all know who the vile person is. That's Esau, the man of the earth. He's no more going to be called enlightened. You can look around the earth today and see that he's losing his understanding. He's losing his understanding, man. And he is falling little by little. But you got to really be paying attention to see it. You know, you got to be a fool, a damn fool, to shit in the water you got to drink. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You got to be a fool to shit in the same water you got to drink. I was at the gym today. It's so sad, man. But I was at the gym today. And I filled up my water jug. And I went to drink. I said, oh, man. That water smelled like it came out of the same bowl as a bowl of shit. I'm just being honest with you. That water smelled like they took it out of the same toilet bowl as a bowl of shit. I said, oh man, this water coming straight from the sewer through this tap. I couldn't even drink it, man. I went to drink it, as that smell came, I poured that water right back in that thing. I said, it's getting bad. Is it that bad? In a minute, man. In a minute, you ain't gonna be able to drink no water. Water should not be coming out of the faucet or that fountain smelling like shit. Your filters ain't working right. You need to get them checked. And you gotta be a fool to turn your shit into food. What the hell you think chocolate is? Come on now. Be real with yourself. What you think chocolate is? What you think peanut butter is? Peanut mush? No. That's what he had you thinking. It might have a few peanuts in there, but I'll tell you this. Majority of that peanut butter is not peanuts. The Butterfinger BBs. You gonna have to be a fool. You would have really literally have to be a fool to think that this man is really making cocoa beans out of chocolate and peanut butter out of peanuts. Why you think the sewage system is connected to the food system? And I don't think he's been doing it. Well, I guess you can say he's been doing it for a while, but not as much as he's doing it now. But he's been putting estrogen in their food and beverages, man. Just the other day I was at the store and I seen this boy. He was probably a teenager, 14, 15 years old, probably had breasts and butt, and he was with a girl, and the girl was slim like a boy. That ain't as backwards as hell. I don't know what is. The girl should be the one with the breasts and butt, and the boy should be the one slim, down. If anything, slim from the from the head down. If anything, that's backwards. Got this This teenage boy probably just hit puberty, you know, and here he is with breasts and butt. That's messed up. He putting that estrogen in this food specifically to target these boys, man, these young boys. He got these young boys walking around here with breasts and butt. And he even got some of these men walking around here with breasts and butt too. This man walking walking around, you know. And if you looking at him from the waist down, you would think that's a woman. That's bad. If you were to look at that man, and the only thing you looked at was the waist down, you would think that's a woman. Is it that bad? Yeah. He putting estrogen in his food and these beverages, man. He wants these men walk. It's something about this man. He like seeing men in tight pants. That's a faggot by nature. And it's sad that he even got control of our food supply. I can't wait till the Most High deliver us out of this mess, man. Because you got this faggot in control of your food supply, and he like seeing men in tight pants. So he gonna put that estrogen in your food so that everything you eat goes straight to your legs and your butt. That's sad. That's just damn shame if you ask me. And it's the pestilence too, you know. The Most High is bringing pestilence to this place. You know, he got the Ebola. You know, I ain't really too into all that stuff, man. You know, when it happened, it happened. When the bodies start falling, then, you know, got the mystery virus and this, that, the third. When it happened, it start happening. When it happened, it happened. You know, I'm not really. I mean, you hear about it, Ebola, okay, and you know, but when the bodies in America start falling, you know, when you ride down the street and you see a body, then that's when it's time. That's when it's time to really pay attention to stuff. You know, your main focus should be these scriptures. I mean, you know, you can watch the news, this, that, the third, but your main focus should be these scriptures because Esau lying his ass off about that news, man. I'm just telling you straight up. He lying his ass off about that news. But yeah, the Most High is bringing pestilence, and then now, he's been doing it, but he's doing it more now. He's spraying crack in the air. He wants you walking around here high on crack. He's spraying this crack in this air. You ever notice that when you go outside and you take you're fine, but then when you take a deep breath, it feel like you get a little lightheaded because you just took a hit of the crack pipe. Because all that crack he's spraying in his air. He wants you walking around here brain numb so that you're not really in your full right mind. You know, you kind of you're a percentage. You sleep to a degree. In other words, you know. All right, it say nor the churl said to be bountiful. The word churl, you know, that can mean beast. Nor the churl. Isn't it amazing how this whole verse here is specifically talking about him? It's talking about him, but you gotta know how to break that scripture down in order to figure that out. Because the Most High, he sometimes he can be straightforward, but most of the time he not straightforward, man. You gonna have to do some digging to find out what he talking about. He ain't gonna just tell you that straightforward like that. Don't get me wrong. There are a few scriptures in the Bible where he's very straightforward, but majority of the Bible you gonna have to do some digging in order to find out what he's talking about. Because he speaks in parables. Why speakest thou in parable? Because for you is given to know the mysteries. If you can't receive what the prophets of the Lord are saying, it's not given to you to understand the mysteries. The Lord did not put in your mind the ability to comprehend mysteries. That's just how it is, man. Okay. Without further, let's just stick to the script here. It said, nor the churl said to be bountiful. The word churl can mean beast. And the word bountiful can mean luxuriant. So it says, in blatant terms, nor the beast said to be luxuriant. You know, if you break that down, man, it's bright as day. That's the Most High's way of saying the beast is no more going to be luxuriant. Right now, you know, you got these crackers. They got these big old houses, man. They got rooms they ain't even in. They got rooms ain't nobody even in, man. They got bathrooms and tubs they don't even use. Yeah, this the tub right here. We ain't nobody ever used this tub. Ain't nobody ever used that sink. You got a, you know, Cracker's got a black card. He can spend as much money as he want, man. He don't even know how much money he done spent. The beast is no more going to be luxuriant. That's what the scriptures are saying. When the Most High bring him down, that's it. The beast is no more be luxuriant. No more pig. No more dog. You know what they eat. We're going to get into that in a minute, how he likes his meat. We're going to get into that in a minute. You see, when that market collapsed, that's it. The beast is going to no more be luxuriant. You see, because he needs that market he needs this economic system in order to prosper. He ain't shit without this system. You know, when that dollar devalue, like they say, man, you're going to need a wheelbarrow full of them dollars to go into these stores and get you a loaf of bread. It's going to be that bad. When a loaf of bread go up to $20. When a box of Ritz crackers go up to $15. When a gallon of milk is $20. You know? When gas $11, $12 a gallon. That beast ain't gonna be as luxuriant as he is now. Cause it's right here in the scriptures. Crack the Bible open and you'll see it. It said the beast is gonna no more be luxuriant. He didn't say it straightforward like that, but if you do some digging, you'll find out. You got these. We're going to see how big and luxurious your house is with no water coming out that tap. You know the saying, what do you do when the power go out and the tap run dry? You got a big old luxurious house with no water and no power. You know, you light some candles or whatnot. The Most High said he gonna put that out too. You got a luxurious car and no gas in it. You see, the beast is gonna no more be luxuriant. You can't even put gas in your car because gas $12 a gallon. And now the line around the corner because everybody trying to fill up because they scared that it might jump up to $20 a gallon. Hell, it just jumped up to 11. All right, we're going to move over here to Malachi. Chapter 4, verse 3. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. You see, now this is the Lord saying this. So, let God be true and every man a lie. What did he say? He said you gonna tread down the wicked. He said they're gonna be ashes under the soles of your feet. When he say you gonna tread down the wicked, what the Lord is saying is, he said you're gonna walk and you're gonna march on that wicked, man. You're gonna walk, step, march, all on that wicked. How? And then what else did he say? He said they're going to be ashes under the sole of your feet. If the Lord said that, man, you best believe it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The wicked are gonna be ashes under the soles of your feet. How are he gonna do that? You got it's a number of ways he can do it. You got missiles. They got a lot of this bullshit talking about missile Russia and China and until a missile hit. Holler at me when one of them bitches hit. They've been talking about it for years, 5, 10, 50, 20 years. Ballistic missile, this ballistic. Holler at me when them bitches hit. We ready to get up out of here, man. For real. It say, missiles. That's one way the Most High can use missiles to turn this bitch into ashes. Real quick. He can use asteroid. You've been seeing signs. Don't say you haven't gotten warnings. You've been seeing how many fireballs and have they been reported? At least every month I see at least. I'm gonna put it like this, man. At least every month I see at least one fireball reported, and that's being generous, man. We're not talking about there's 1,500 reportings of the same fireball. I'm talking about how many fireballs actually. Not how many reports, because 1,500 people can report on the same fireball. I've put it like this. I've seen at least a fireball a month. So you tell me that ain't the debris from a bigger asteroid that's coming. And then this man said that an asteroid was gonna hit, and they killed him. So there's at least some validity. Satan went and killed that man, so there's some validity to what he was saying. A meteor storm, He can use missiles, asteroid, meteor storm, to turn him into ashes. Because the Lord said He gonna turn him into, we gotta walk on him. He has to be turned into ashes, and we have to walk on him, because that's what the Lord said. What else? Lava turning the ground into jello. Satan even be showing commercials of it because he knows it's a possibility, man. That lava under the earth's core, the earth's crust, that lava can start heating up. And if it can heat up to so hot, it can heat up to so high of a degree that the concrete will literally turn into like a jello-like substance, man. But because it'll be so, and then if your feet is on it, it'll burn your shoes right off your feet. Burn the tires off of every car, man. That ground be so hot. Turn the ground into jello. Can you believe that? All right, we're gonna move over here to Revelation, chapter 5, verse 3. There. Now this is a mystery. This is where we get into the mystery right here. Revelation chapter 5, verse 3. It says, "And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open a book, neither to look thereon." Okay. It say, no man in heaven. When it says no man in heaven, heaven is different from the kingdom of heaven. You have to really understand that. Otherwise, this right here is going to be very confusing. If you don't understand that, because the Most High, when he says certain stuff, he is meant to weed. You got to understand this, man. It's meant to weed out certain individuals as he go. That way, by the time you get to what he's really trying to say, it's only going to be one or two people that's going to make it there. You might have 100 people trying to figure out what the Most High is trying to say, but when he get to his point, only 1 or 2 people gonna be remaining. Why? Because that Most High ain't dealing with a whole bunch of people. So you gotta understand this mystery right here and say, um, and no man in heaven, you know, heaven being different from the kingdom of heaven. You see, heaven, how is heaven different from the kingdom of heaven? The heaven is outer space. When the Most High says heaven, you know, that means outer space. You see, deep space. You see, the Most High, he's in heaven right now. He's not in the kingdom of heaven, he's in heaven. Which means that he's deep, 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 far, far in outer space. I mean, far, far, far. He far, far. You have to be traveling at the speed of light, and it'll take a couple. If I was to go to where he's at now, I have to be traveling at the speed of light, and it'll take me a couple years. You know how fast that light come on when you flick that switch? Imagine that fast. Imagine going that fast for about a few years. That's how long it's gonna take to get there, man. That's how far he is. Now he's in heaven right now, meaning he's very, very far in outer space. When he says kingdom of heaven, that's when the kingdom of heaven come to earth. You know, he says the kingdom of heaven shall be on earth. That's paradise. When he says kingdom of heaven, he means paradise. You know, you got your beach, you got your palm trees, you got your crystal clear water, you got your trees with pineapples and fruit hanging off of it, fruits and vegetables. That's what he means by you got your little cottage in the middle of the water. You know, that's what he means by heaven. You got your dragon that come pick you up and fly you wherever you want to go. That's what he means by heaven, man. You know, just like How to Train Your Dragon. You know, Satan puts this stuff in these movies, but you just got to really be paying attention in order to figure it out. So when the Most High said heaven, he ain't basically what he's saying is outer space. You know. So if he in heaven right now, meaning he's in outer space. That's all. Okay, it says, and no man in heaven nor in earth. So we're in earth right now. So you know that's very straightforward. So you see, he's being straightforward there. We're in earth right now. This still is defiled earth, but it's still earth. Okay, it says under no nor in earth, neither under the earth. You see, when he says under the earth, there is under the earth does exist. If the Most High said it's things under the earth, that means under the earth do exist. How you think Satan got all these underground cities over there, and he got this water going to it? He got a funnel to where every time it rains, water goes into his little lake that he got underground. He ain't got no sunlight down there, but he got the light bulbs and all that stuff. Satan got underground cities. And he got the underworld plans. That's where he making a lot of his stuff. You see, because he don't want to make it on earth because he don't want anybody to stumble across it and find it and, you know, and this, that, and the third. So he does all his dirt underground. He got these deep underground bunkers that's where he's making all his hybrids. You know, he get a lizard and get a man and then get a wolf, and he'll mix all them genes and make a wolf lizard man. That's what he got in his dungeons down underground. hybrids, And then if you go deep, deep, deep underground, that's where that bottomless pit is at. It's like a pit. It's a like just like the name implies, bottomless pit. There's no bottom to it, but on the sides of it, there's ledges that hang off. So if you get thrown in a bottomless pit, you can land on one of those ledges. Just because you get thrown in a bottomless pit, don't mean you're gonna fall for eternity. This means that you can land on one of them ledges, and just rest there. But if you fall off on them ledges, you keep falling until you land on another one, and so forth. So when he says under the earth, he's referring to underground cities, underworld labs, the bottomless pit, and then Hades. That's where Hades is at. He was saying Siri, the gates of Hades. Hey, they might be open. Then he said they open and shut. Man, the gates can open up. All those demon spirits can come flying out. Hades. Where Hades is basically a place where when the wicked they die, that's where their soul goes. Well, their soul goes to the Father who made it, and then he go up to him, and then he knock it right back down, and it go to Hades. When the body go into the dirt and the spirit go back to he who made it. When that spirit go back to he who made it, if that spirit is defiled, he knocks it right back down, man, and that spirit goes to Hades. Hades is under the earth, and Hades is a place where the souls of the departed go. So when you die, if you have a defiled spirit, soul or defiled soul, your soul is going to go to Hades. That's under the earth. And and then there's bodies under the earth too. That the souls, defiled souls of the departed can enter into. So that's why he said, and no man in heaven. Meaning what? There's men in heaven. You see? When he say no man in heaven, that means there are men in heaven. Who's in heaven right now? We know Enoch up there. Enoch is in heaven because he was taken up. Elijah's in heaven because he was taken up in a whirlwind. So there are men in heaven. The Lord, he in heaven because when he rose from the dead, he was taken up. Jesus is in heaven. Elijah's in heaven, and Enoch is in heaven. Meaning where? When they're in heaven, where, in other words, they're deep, 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 far in outer space somewhere. And it said no man in heaven, so that's the Lord's telling you there's men in heaven, neither nor on earth. So that's the Lord. Of course, there's men on earth. There's billions. Neither under the earth. So what that means? There's men under the earth. In the underground cities. There's men under the earth. In Hades too. There's men in Hades. As well as souls of the departed. Look, if you need further confirmation about underworld, things like that, we're gonna move over here to Philippians chapter 2, verse 10. That at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow, of things in heaven, and things in earth, and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. You see, that's further confirmation. He said every knee should bow, and every tongue should confess. Every knee should bow of things in heaven. So the men that's in heaven and things in heaven. Not only men, there's things in heaven. There's other creatures in heaven too. They're gonna, and mean it deep, deep down in outer space. They're gonna bow. Their knee are gonna bow. And things in earth, of course, there's billions of men on earth. Their knees gonna bow. And things under earth. We don't know what's under there. You know, I don't know if you've seen that movie Underworld, but he got wolf men looking creatures, meaning like they got the wolf head and they got claws like a bear, and the rest of their body look like a, and they got feet like a wolf. But the rest of their body look like a man. You know, they got man body, everything, but they got wolf. They got man hands with claws, and they got man feet with wolf toes and claws, and they got man body and wolf head. You know, those things are under the earth. You know, and even them things is gonna bow. Can you believe that? Even them things are gonna bow to the Lord. Yeah, you got the wolf man, the wolf head on his knees, bound to the Lord. Now the Lord is very powerful. I bet you couldn't. I put it like this. I bet you couldn't make one of them wolf bow down and worship you. I bet you could. You couldn't make one of them wolf men bow down on their knees, but the Lord can, cause he got power. Okay, we're gonna move over here to Second Samuel, chapter 3, verse 8. It say, then was Abner very wroth for the words of Ishbosheth, and said, I am a dog's head, which against Judah do show kindness this day unto the house of Saul thy father. Okay. You say, I am a dog's head. You know, you should know to this day that Esau is a dog's head. You just look at him and tell he got that fur on his head. You know, you can't miss it. He got that fur right on his head, man. You can't miss it. You can get a Yorkie and put it right up to his head, man. And that same fur that's on that Yorkie is on his head. Is that not a coincidence? No, it's not no coincidence. The Most High did that on purpose. So you can know who that beast is. So he can't be sitting up there trying to hide in the midst of y'all. He got that fur on his head. He can't hide. It don't matter where he go, he cannot hide. Not with that fur on your head. We can identify him quick. The Most High set it up to where he can be identified. Because a person that's vile as that has to be identified. Okay, we're going to move over here to Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. So, you know, don't be sitting up here trying to execute vengeance on this beast. You get mad and sit up here trying to execute. The Most High got it. The Most High got you, man. Don't even trip. Because the Most High can do them better than you can ever do. The Most High got vengeance for this beast. Like I even told some brothers, you know, messaged some brothers and said, you know, this NSA is really, they really starting to get intrusive. They really increase like the Lord say, man, he increaseth in his wickedness, man. Because wickedness shall abound. He increased in his wickedness. They done got to the point where they coming in brothers' houses while their brothers asleep. Spraying anesthesia to knock you out stone cold. And then once you knocked out, he come in there and he could either trim your beard or cut a big old hole in it. He do, or both. He do that, and he go in your refrigerator and he put estrogen in your drinks. and in your food. So that way when you eat, you know, everything can go straight to your leg. And in some instances, he even inject brothers with estrogen, man. In some instances, he injects estrogen into you while you sleep. That's fucked up, man. You see, the Most High gonna execute vengeance on him for that. He gonna execute some cold vengeance on him for that. How cold? Cold snap cold. You see, they got a cold snap coming. Where I think I already went over this, but it's gonna be 50 degrees colder than it was last year. So if where I'm at, if it was 40 degrees, it's gonna be minus 10 this year. It's gonna be 40. It's gonna be 50 degrees colder than it was last year. So that's how the Most High gonna execute vengeance on them. That cold snap and floods. You seeing that now, man? You seeing floods now. It's flooding everywhere, man. I was watching one of them videos. Man, that flood was all the way up to these folks' drivers, these folks' window, man. The driver's side, passenger side window, man. The water was they sitting up here driving in this water, and that water way up to their window, man. They literally driving in that water, man, and that water. Wait, I'm like, your car can still run. I'm surprised your water running. I mean, I'm surprised your car running, and that water is way up to your window. You probably sitting in a pool of water while you driving. You bet not had no slap in there. We'll severe weather. I was looking at this the back of this season movie, meaning like I think season 2 of Ancient Aliens. I was just in a store, picked up a movie entitled Ancient Aliens. I was reading the back of it. Esau puts this stuff here and there, he lied most of the time, but every now and then you catch a little something. It said, are severe weather incidents the work of extraterrestrials? If you in this truth, first of all, if you deceive, you gonna be like extraterrestrials. You think E.T., that motherfucker that ride on that bike across that moon. But if you in this truth, when Satan says extraterrestrials, he talking about the Most High and his angels. He talking about the Most High and his angels. So in other words, it said, are severe weather incidents the work of the Most High and his angels? Of course they are. Severe weather incidents are the work of the Most High and his angels. So every time you see a flood, every time you see the weather drop dramatically, every time you see it snowing like hell, every time you see hail, every time you see extreme heat drops, that's the Most High and his angel doing that. That's why they be seeing them chariots flying around, and then next thing you know, it starts storming. Because that's the work of the Most High and his angel. You see a chariot flying around, and a few days later, the snow reaches record levels. Or you see a chariot flying around, a few days later, its floods reach record levels. That's the Most High and his angels doing it. They're here. They come from probably 3 years, 4 years away from here, man, and traveling at the speed of light. They here, man. They chilling. They probably a week away now. They probably travel at the speed of light for a week, and they killing that over there. Deep down far in space. They just chilling. Maybe a couple legs. They're just killing outer space now. They hanging close around the Earth because they know the reason why people send all these UFOs, fireball, is because the Most High and his angels They not too far away from the planet Earth now. They just chilling in outer space because they know that it's almost time for our deliverance and for the return of Christ. See, they can't nobody do nothing until the Father say go. That's why they hanging around Earth just chilling. Because they know at any minute the Father gonna say, all right, go ahead, and then that's when gonna come and snatch us up and tear this place up. See, that's why I said nobody in heaven nor the angels know. Only the Father know. But they do know that the time is, right around the corner. They know that based on the prophecies. They know you only got a few days left based on the prophecies. That's why the Most High angels they hanging around the earth. They in the outer space, but they not too far away from Earth now. They just chilling. As soon as the Father say, all right, go, they own it, man. They come and snatch us up, give us some power, and they gonna tear this place up, and we gonna have power to help them tear it. He said, severe weather incidents, the work of extraterrestrials. Yeah, I went over that already. He putting estrogen in brothers, he cutting brothers' beards. If you didn't know it then, now you know. So you wake up one morning like, hey, I thought I had more hair on my face than that. Now you know that this NSA, they really, really starting to pick up on their wickedness. They increasing on their wickedness. They starting to do more now. It's getting bad, man. Because they know that's scripture too. The devil's come down in great wrath because he know he got but a short time. He know he ain't got but a few days left. He know the Most High. They circling around this planet. Can't wait to they can't wait to make their move. But they can't do nothing till the Father say go. Without further ado, we're gonna get on here to this last one. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Lest there be any fornicator. What? That mean adulterer. Satan, he promotes men having sex with other men's women and women having sex with other women's men. He promotes fornication, man. Why? Because that's just the nature of the beast. The Antichrist, he's going to be an Antichrist, whether you like it or not. If the Most High said, you're supposed to be with your woman, the man's supposed to be with his woman, and the woman supposed to be with her man, Satan, he got to come and do the opposite. What? What does that mean? Oh, the man, he can be with anybody else's woman, and the woman, she can sleep around with everybody else, man. He just got to be the Antichrist. The Antichrist is going to be the Antichrist. He just got to do everything opposite of what the Lord wants. If the Lord don't want you sleeping around with every other man's woman, Satan wants you sleeping around with every man's woman. If the Most High don't want a woman sleeping around with every woman's man, Satan wants women sleeping around with every woman's man. That's just the nature of the beast, the Antichrist. He gotta be opposite of Christ. He just gotta do. He don't care what it is, as long as it's opposite of what the Lord wants. He don't care what it is. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person. The word profane just means wicked. Anybody that's cutting up dog meat, putting it in a package calling it beef, is not the righteous. And it's only righteous and wicked, man. It's either the righteous or the wicked. You either righteous or you wicked. And if he cutting up meat and putting it in the packet calling it beef, he ain't righteous, so he wicked. Or a profane person. You know, it can mean vulgar, vile, but it can also mean wicked. You know, it all falls under the same category. It all falls under that wicked category here. Lest there be any profane person, any wicked person, as Esau. What that mean? That's the Lord telling you straight up that Esau wicked. What profane mean? Profane mean, they say, oh, he cusses people out and he's vulgar. Most people say profane is pertaining to profanity. Most people would say, profane pertains to profanity. Or just vile and disrespectful. When the scriptures say live peacefully with all men, and you're not supposed to be offended. The Lord said they're gonna smite all things that offend. So if you being a profane person, chances are you're offended. So it said it's a profane person is Esau. He telling you who to. I don't care. Brothers might go off here or there. These evil spirits come up to you. A wicked is abomination to the judge. So they wicked come up to you. Their abomination. So they might cause you to go off, say something to them. And offend them, and without intentionally trying to. But it said any profane person is Esau. So that's the Lord telling you who the real profane person is. Who's the one that's profane by nature. Profane meaning wicked. It all falls under the wicked category. It all falls under the category of being wicked. It don't fall under the category of being righteous. I know that. It all falls under the category of being wicked. Lest there be any wicked person is Esau. The Lord telling you straight up who the wicked by nature is. Who for one morsel of meat, 2 morsels, 3 morsels, 4 morsels. For one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And to this day, he can't get his hands off of that meat, man. To this day, he can't get his hands off of that meat. Name me somewhere where they don't sell meat. Name it. You can't do it, can you? Oh, I heard him say Olive Garden. Hell, Olive Garden was just advertising that damn pasta bowl that got that ground beef in it. Olive Garden was just advertising that shrimp scampi. You name me somewhere where they don't sell meat. You can't do it, can you? That's because Esau, this beast, he gotta have that meat and everything. Because when he was in the wilderness, he was eating carcasses. He was eating carcasses. So he's a meat eater. He's a carnivore. See, we're omnivores. We can eat herbs. But Esau, he might have some vegetable on the plate, but he don't really like vegetables. He like meat. Why you think it say for one morsel of meat? Okay, we know from the scriptures that one morsel of meat that he ate was a raw piece of meat. Because Jacob was like, hey, this meat not even cooked yet. He said, I don't care, I'm hungry. Give me that meat. So we know from the scriptures that Esau, that one morsel of meat was a raw piece of meat. Why, to this day, he still like eating that raw meat. To this day. That's why every time he go and get his plate from the restaurant, he tells them to cook his meat medium rare, meaning what? On the outside it look cooked, but when he cut into it, it's raw meat. Because that's really what he wants. It's that raw meat. Because he's a scavenger. It said for one morsel of meat, sold his birthright. And we know from the scriptures that one morsel of meat was one raw piece of meat. So for one raw piece of meat, he sold his birthright. So we're going to end that lesson right there. I hope you gained something from it. Until the next time, may the Lord be with you.